When you first meet the narcissist, it honestly feels like everything you've been waiting for. It feels like fate finally stepped in and got it right. They present themselves as your soulmate, the person who finally gets you, the person who's going to make life easier, calmer, better. And in the beginning, they're kind, they're helpful, they're friendly. But what you're seeing in that phase isn't who they are. It's who they need to be to gain access to your life. And the way they reveal their real self doesn't happen all at once. Because if it did, you'd leave immediately. Instead, it happens in stages, very calculated stages. The first shift usually happens once the relationship becomes official. Before that point, they're on their absolute best behavior. They're careful. They're attentive. They're doing everything right. They're watching your reactions closely. But once they know you're emotionally invested, that you've chosen them, small changes start to appear. You're never going to develop a meaningful relationship. And that can trigger pity or sympathy in you. Because all they do is prance around like their shit doesn't stink. They're obsessed with themselves. They believe every little thing about them is perfect. They assume an air of arrogance, condescension, and superiority. They believe they're better or more refined than others, but it's all in their heads. They're actually very insecure. They have low self-esteem, and they're using your attention to inflate their ego, all while ignoring the fact that you never would have known they existed if they hadn't shoved themselves into your line of sight as though they're the most important person alive. They struggle to be genuinely positive or uplifting. That's why they rarely compliment you, why they don't praise your progress or celebrate your accomplishments. They will never raise you up. Instead, they will mock you. They will gossip about you. They will downplay your success to bring you down to their level, so they can finally feel comfortable around you. And these are the same expectations they place on their own children. Nothing is ever good enough. Even extraordinary achievements are ignored or dismissed. At the same time, they view the child as an extension of themselves. They suffocate them. They dominate them. They prevent the child from forming a real identity. And some narcissists are so detached from reality, they won't even hide who the golden child is or who the scapegoat is. They infantilize their children. They deny their maturity to keep them dependent because they want lifelong supply, which is pathetic.